health and a little wealth and a lot of love.
You said, a lot of people may not know this, but you have 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of medical school.
Yeah.
So that's 8 years. Mm-hmm. Then you told me about residency, which is how long?
Depends on the specialty. For internal medicine, it's 3 years.
3 years.
Surgeons have longer residencies.
And then from there, if you want to specialize, you also have a specialty.
You go to fellowship.
And how long is fellowship, just on average?
It can be a year, 3 years.
3 years.
Just depending on, longer than that, depending on what your subspecialty is.
Got you. So it's 4 years, which is 8. Then 3 years, which is 8,
It's
9, 10, 11. 11 years.
It's a long time.
11 years. So when you were finished with residency, that's how old you are?
I am.
Not now, but how old were you when you finished?
I was in my 30s.
30s.
Early 30s.
Wow. I'll be honest with you guys. When I was in my 30s, I lived through my 20s. Like, I've been to 30 countries and counting. I lived it up. What did life look like for you? Honestly, what's a day in the life of having 11 years of school and training and all of that? What does that look like?
It was very hard to have a social life. I missed out on a lot of weddings, birthdays, Christmases. I remember working Christmas Day in the hospital and being away from family, especially during residency. You're working 80-hour weeks. Really, you're just trying to get by, waiting for that light at the end of the tunnel.
Wow. So when you went through all that schooling, when you're finally done and you're finally in your career, most people don't know this yet because we haven't dropped the bomb, but what was your moment of truth that you just felt like this is just not it for you? I mean, I know you, but like people listening don't.
Yeah, it was a unique kind of experience because I finished residency at the start of the COVID pandemic. And so I was working in the ICU or admitting patients to the hospital really right after the pandemic had started. And there's this fear because we were hearing about, young nurses that had no other health problems that were ending up on the ventilator because they were exposed to COVID, and we didn't have the masks that we were supposed to wear. We have the appropriate PPE, the personal protective equipment, everything, supply chain shortages. And so before I even got into practice, I think there was this element of burnout or what am I doing? Is this what I really want to do for the rest of my life? And then you get past that, and then you run into this great resignation. Everybody's leaving, not only medicine, but every other industry.
That's right.
And you're understaffed. I mean, even in the office, you think things are going to be easier. I'm not dealing with such high acuity patients, but you don't have enough.
Such high what?
Acuity, so that have high needs that you see in the hospital or that you see in the emergency
Sorry, guys.
room.
I don't know if you're listening, but I didn't know what acuity was.
You see, it's a slower pace. So
With a little health and a little wealth and a lot of love. That's the life that we live. Suits and scrubs.